This will be a second call and final call for Class 1 Division 1 Dairy Weathers. It will be a first call for senior showmanship. First call, senior showmanship. Second and final call, Class 1 Division 1.
Coming down and broadcasting. How are you doing? Are you directed for the radio station or broadcast?
Once again, there are a few sandwiches left that were provided by Farm Bureau of Fremont. Make sure you thank them. They are delicious. There is that final call out for Class 1 Division 1. And there's going to be a final call out for senior showman. Our judge today is Katie Brandel from Humphrey, Nebraska. She grew up raising and showing registered milking shorthorn cattle. She is the current ag teacher and FFA advisor at Lakeview in Columbus. She spends her summer traveling across Nebraska judging livestock and static exhibits for 4-H, FFA, and open class shows. So let's give Katie a round of applause and welcome her to the Dodge County Fair. Now entering the arena is our Class 1 Division 1 dairy goats. At the conclusion of this show, we will have our bucket calf show, and at 6:30 is our public fashion review. If you are a 4-H and FFA member in Dodge County or a Dodge County veteran, the Dodge County Fair Board would like to give you one free ticket to tonight's tractor pull. To get that ticket, you just need to stop in at the fair office and tell them that you're a member of 4-H and FFA in Dodge County or a Dodge County veteran and enjoy the tractor pull.
So how long have you had your job? Well, I started this.
Sheep and goat exhibitors, don't forget you need to get those stickers and put them on your show card above your pens in the barns. The fair board would really like those up there so that our visitors to the fair know how your exhibits did. Those stickers are right up here in some glass jars sitting behind me on the stage, so the announcers stand. So please come and get those stickers for your ribbon placings and get those on your stall cards. The fair board has asked that you do that so that our exhibitors to the fair know how you did.
really strong class of dairy weathers here to get our dairy goat show started. I really think that each of these animals brings something different to the table. All three of them will receive purples today. I would like to start with this young man here with the tawnish colored goat. His is going to be third in the class today, just the smallest in terms of his frame. I'd like to widen out his ribs just slightly and see a little bit more conditioning to bump him up higher in the class. The winner of today's class will be this young lady on the end with her small framed leather. He's the most heavily muscled in today's class. He's broad through his shoulders. I'd like to turn up just a little bit his size of frame and his strength through his legs. But other than that, he provides muscle in today's class. This young gentleman here in the middle will receive second in today's class. I like the size of frame on his weather. He's smooth through his top line, and overall just a really high quality weather that just doesn't have the muscle snatcher that I'm looking for today. Again, thank you.
Is the video production?
Our champion dairy weather was shown by Greta Stanley Van Brigel. Our reserve champion dairy weather was shown by Avery Boast. Now entering the arena is our senior showman. These showmen are 14 of January. This is a first call for junior showman. First call, junior showman. This is a second and final call, junior showman. Second and final call, junior showman.
My son is he's in the emerging media arts program. Can be that. Can be music videos, can be video games, basically production of digital content that we working in Nashville, recording whatever. He kind of started in as a musician, kind of thought he was going to get into either sound on site at a concert or in studio, morphed to very specific kind of like what they're trying to come with TV as an internship. And then they, him and his buddies have written video games for trying to oh yeah. So then how families get spread out. I watched a lot of that show. Like Atlanta. I watched the Ohio State Terriers.
This one isn't very good.
All right, can you hear me out? Fantastic. Two really high quality senior showmen. I think they both bring a really excellent intensity to the show ring. One young lady here was fighting a little bit with her goat and she kept a really strong composure. The other gal in front of her just was did a great job at making sure every time I was looking over at her, she had her goat set up and ready to go. Both of these individuals will receive purple today. The young lady here closest to me will be your grand champion. The young lady furthest away will be your reserve. Congratulations.
Our champion senior showman today was Olivia Burrish. Reserve champion was Addison Burrish.
So that was. No, it was SDS. Okay, I'm thinking of the shop.
Now entering the arena will be our junior showmen. These showmen are ages 8 to 13 years old as of January 1st. This will be a first call for Class 1 Division 1 junior does under 5 months old. First call, Class 1 Division 1 junior does under 5 months old.
Enough said. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Test, test.
Yeah. So when I
If you would be a champion and a reserve champion today, just come to the announcer stand and pick up those metal plaques that the fair board would like to hang above your exhibit for the duration of the fair. Just makes it easier for everyone to handle them and an animal. So they will be right up here at the announcer stand. Those metal plaques that you put up on your stall so that exhibitors can see how your animals did. Also, don't forget those stickers to put on your stall cards so exhibitors or so visitors know how the exhibits have done during the animal shows. Also, a big thank you to our superintendents for today's show, Andy Swanson, Jim and Tammy Burrish. When you see them, please tell them thank you. It takes a lot of work with little pay. We'd also like to thank the Logan View FFA chapter for providing ring help, which includes Brooke Weiss and Hannah Schlieder. We thank for that as well. This is a second and final call for Class 1 Division 1 Junior Does. Second and final call, Class 1 Division 1 Junior Does.
Round of applause for these junior showmen out here in the ring right now. It's a lot of work to come out here and work with an animal and make sure that they are cooperating and getting them all ready for fair. And so these three individuals did a great job showing off their goats and talking to me a little bit about their project. One thing I would encourage all of you to do is watch those older showmen, make sure you're having an eye and learning from them as they go through things, because I think there's always things that no matter our age, we can improve. Oh, there we go. So today we're going to award 1 blue and 2 purples. This young man here in the middle will be our blue. I would encourage you just to make sure you're having a strong eye contact with the judge and knowing where you're at in the ring going forward. These 2 individuals on the end will receive purple. This young lady here will be your grand champion. She had a really great intensity in the ring when she was coming in. She made that eye contact. She was aware of where her goat was at all times, and she had her goat set up for success. This young man here also had a really great intensity. He was kind of looking outside the ring just a few times when I was glancing over, so just make sure you're staying focused on the ring. Good job.
This will be currently in the arena we have our Clover Kids showman.
right, buddy, what's your name?
Maddox?
Maddox, does your goat have a name?
No.
If you had to give him a name today, or her a name today, what would you name her?
Max?
Max and Maddox, I like it. Are you having fun showing goats?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of showing a goat?
Walking it?
Walking him to help give him a bath today? Giving her a bath today, sorry.
No.
No. Do you think she'd be easier or challenging to give a bath to?
I don't know.
I think she'd be a little challenging. She wants to jump around everywhere. Probably get you all wet too. Are you gonna show goats when you're bigger?
Probably.
Probably. All right, what grade are you gonna be in this fall?
Second?
Second? All right, good job, Maddox. Single entry here in our start of our junior doe show, and I really like this young doeling. She's very refined in her type, very feminine through her features, and refined through her legs and her neck, which would be a good indicator for longevity that this young lady could have for her in her goat herd. One thing I'd like to clean her up, I'd like to make her a little bit longer through the body, make her a little bit more capacious, and I'd be eager to see what she looks like when she's in milk. So she'll be receiving a purple today. Congratulations.
This will be a first call, Class 3, Division 1 non-milking does. First call, Class 3, Division 1 non-milking does. Showing our champion junior doe dairy goat was Greta Stanley Van Briggle. Currently entering the arena is our Class 2 Division 1 intermediate does. There's a second and final call out for Class 3 Division 1 non-milking does.
Again, I just seem to be blown away by the quality of your individuals here with our dairy goats, especially in our intermediate doe class. 3 really high quality females that bring a lot to the table here in terms of their functionality and their composition. All 3 of them will be receiving purples today. This young lady, we're going to start off with this gal on the end. She will be our 3rd purple. I really like this female from the back, but when you get up through her hips and through her ribs, she's just a little bit too narrow in terms of her capacity that I'd like to just widen her out just a little bit. I do like her femininity and her dairy character, but she's a little plainer through her head. Our 2nd piece purple will be this young lady here with our miniature. She is a really deep-bodied doeling. I really like her look to her. She's really refined. One thing I'd like to clean up is just widen her out through her flank, just a hair. And finally, our champion in this intermediate doe class is this young lady with the black Nubian. This is a really fine female. She's really stylish through her front. She's got a really strong bone character to her, and just a really nice overall intermediate doe class. Congratulations.
Top honors in Class 2 went to Addison Burrish. Reserve Champion Intermediate Doe Dairy Goat honors went to Greta Stanley Van Briggle. Also receiving a purple ribbon was Olivia Burrish. Now entering the arena will be our Class 3 Division 1 non-milking does 1 to 2 years old. At the conclusion of Class 3, we will need our champion junior doe dairy goat, shown by Greta Stanley Van Briggle, our Class 2 champion intermediate doe dairy goat, shown by Addison Burrish, and our reserve champion intermediate doe dairy goat, shown by Greta Stanley Van Briggle, to return to the show arena as well. We will then be choosing our champion and junior and reserve champion junior dairy goat for today's show.
like the look of these two more mature does in this class. And I think we have two very strong candidates that will both be receiving purples. We'll start with our champion of this class, and this will be this young man here to my left. I really like this doe when you're getting from behind. She's really wide hip. She's got the most capacious in terms of her barrel. And I'd like to just clean her up in terms of her dairy character, just slightly through her head and neck, but otherwise she's a really high quality doe that this young gentleman is showing. Nothing to take away from this young lady's doe. She's very fine and refined through her shoulder and through her feet and legs. She's beautiful in terms of her structure. However, to me, she looks a little over-conditioned for today and just a little bit more narrow through her hips. So, but both of them will be receiving a purple. Congratulations.
Our champion non-milking doe dairy goat was shown by Greta Stanley Van Briggle. Reserve championship honors also went to Greta Stanley Van Briggle. We'll now be choosing our champion and reserve champion junior dairy goat for today's show. From Class 1, we have Greta Stanley Van Briggle with her champion junior doe dairy goat. From Class 2, we have Addison Burrish with her champion intermediate doe dairy goat. We have Greta Stanley Van Briggle with her reserve champion intermediate doe dairy goat. And from Class 3, we have Greta Stanley Van Briggle with her champion non-milking doe dairy goat. And for reserve champion, we have Greta Stanley Van Briggle as well. We'll now be choosing our champion and reserve champion junior dairy goats for today's show. This will be your first call for Class 4 Division 1 milking does. First call, Class 4 Division 1 milking doe. Don't forget the livestock judging contest takes place tomorrow here in the Livestock Show Arena beginning at 2 p.m. You may start signing up and checking in tomorrow at noon, from noon to 1:30. So get your teams together and come and judge tomorrow.
To round out our junior dairy goat show. I think all of them bring something special to the table, and I kind of talked about each and every one of them in their respective classes, so I'm not going to necessarily go back and rehash the highs and lows of each individual animal. I think any of these animals will be high producing animals and very successful, but what I'm looking at and what I'm judging today, I'm looking at for animals that are going to be the most functionally correct and the we go. Sorry. Uh-oh, here we go. I'll stand right here. All right, so I was saying, I'm looking for animals that are functional, the most complete, and the ones that are least likely to give me any issues in my future goat herd here if I were to show any of these. So today's champion for our junior dairy goat show will be this young lady here with our Nubian. Our reserve will be this young lady out of the last class. Congratulations. Test, okay.
Our champion junior dairy goat was shown by Addison Burish. Reserve champion junior dairy goat was shown by Greta Stanley von Brigel. Now entering the arena will be Class 4 Division 1 milking does. This will be a first and final call for Class 5 Division 1 mother-daughter. So currently entering the arena will be Class 4 Division 1 milking does over 2 and under 5. Once again, we would like to thank the Blair radio station for providing today's live streaming of our show so that family and friends could watch that were unable to actually attend the show. We need Class 4 Division 1 milking doe over 2 and under 5 years to please come to the show arena. And then there's a second final call out as well for Class 5 Division 1 mother-daughter.
Hello? Oh, there we go. Promise you I won't stop. There we go.
Hello?
Test. Okay, I'll stand right here. I really like this single entry doe in this class. I think she's very, very strong, especially from the back and looking at her back. Hello. Okay. There we go. All right. I think she's really strong in terms of her rear udder attachment. Very well finished in terms of her rib and shoulder shape. I really like this doe. I think she'll be a really strong contender for overall. Congratulations.
Our champion milking doe dairy goat was shown by Greta Stanley Van Briggle. Now entering the arena will be Class 5 Division 1 mother-daughter. At the conclusion of Class 5, we will need Greta Stanley Van Briggle back with her champion milking doe dairy goat. And then at the conclusion of selection of our champion and reserve champion senior dairy goat, we will need Addison Burish back with her champion junior dairy goat, and Greta Stanley Van Briggle back with their reserve champion junior dairy goat.
Another single entry class for this mother-daughter class, one that I think is really strong in terms of their capacity for both the mother and the daughter here. I'm looking at functionality of the daughter. She's very well put together, really refined in terms of her head and neck. I really like the shape of her bones through her shoulders and down through her legs. I'd like to widen her hips just slightly, but as she matures and ages, hopefully she'll get that look to her that we need to be a little bit stronger of a contender. With her mother here, I think they make an excellent pair. I really like her fore udder attachment. I wish she was held up just a little bit higher in that rear udder and a little bit cleaner through her shoulder. So again, a purple, congratulations.
Champion mother-daughter dairy goat was shown by Greta Stanley Van Briggle. Reserve champion mother-daughter dairy goat was also shown by Greta Stanley Van Briggle. We will now be choosing our champion and reserve champion senior dairy goat. From Class 4, the champion milking doe dairy goat was shown by Greta Stanley Van Briggle. Champion and reserve champion mother-daughter dairy goat shown by Greta Stanley Van Briggle.
I think we have two individuals here that are very similar in terms of their type. The in-milk goats on both the ends are very strong females in terms of breed characteristics. They're both very well refined. This one on the left, I'd like to clean her up just slightly through her head and neck. She's a little too powerful in terms of that for her dairy character, but I think in terms of a structure from her mammary system, she is the most functional and the most correct. The one on the other end here, I think she's deeper through her body and her chest. I'd like to raise her up just slightly through her chest and make that refine her dairiness in terms of her legs, her feet and legs. But our winner today in our senior class is going to be this one on the end. Our reserve is going to be at the other end. Congratulations. Can we get one more round of applause for all our dairy goat showmen today and their animals? I think quality that Dodge County has brought today with their dairy goat show is second to none in terms of feminine goats and high quality dairy goat animals, and I want to applaud each and every 4-H'er and FFA member who have spent hours and hours working on their projects. Again, like we said earlier, I don't want to rehash every single thing I like and don't like about each animal, but today I'm going to reward the animal that's the most feminine, most true to her type, and our champion today will be this young lady here with her milking coat. And our reserve will be this young lady here with our Nubian. Congratulations.
Don't forget, if you're a division winner or reserve champion, to pick up those metal placards that go on your stall for visitors to know how you did. They are right here at the announcer stand behind me. We do have programs for the dairy cattle show available over here.